Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Paul, and in today's video we're going to do a comparison between the huge Adventure Kings Big Daddy Deluxe swag versus the Adventure Kings single Kwiky swag. Alright, let's get to it. Now we're going to run through the pros and the cons of both swags. We'll start off with the bags themselves, and we'll eliminate the most obvious one first, the size comparison. This one here is nearly as tall as me. You won't fit it in the back seat of a car. It takes up a lot of room in a canopy. It takes a lot of room on your roof. It's, yeah, very big and bulky, but it will fit two people very comfortably. There's plenty of room inside it and is awesome for two people. Whereas this one here, you'd fit in the back seat, you boot of your car, absolutely anywhere at all, and it's great if it's just one person. Starting off with the pros of the Big Daddy Deluxe bag. It is incredibly huge. You can fit plenty of blankets inside it. I've even put a mesh floor inside the bag as well, so that you can lay underneath your swag, so your flag floor stays nice and clean. Yeah, plenty of room inside the bag, and it's a proper canvas bag. The zips are really good quality. Overall, it's been a great bag. Now the cons with this bag here, that is as small as it gets. No matter how much you roll it up, you've still got this big bulky bag, so it takes up a lot of room in your car. And also nearly every single King swag I've had, the straps have eventually broken. This one here is nearly broken there. It's already broken one of these. Yeah, the straps don't last very long on these. The Kwiky bag is great that it's a lot more compact, half the size of the Big Daddy Deluxe, but it doesn't feel the same quality. The Big Daddy Deluxe is a proper canvas bag, whereas this here is a polyester bag. So I see this, if you throw this back of your ute with any firewood or anything like that, it's going to rip a lot easier than the canvas bag would. All the straps and everything seem the same sort of quality, so we'll see how the straps go in the future. But yeah, I reckon that Big Daddy Deluxe has a better quality bag. Right, we'll set the two swags up now. We'll compare the two. Before we do that, if you enjoy my free content, the best way you could support my channel, I didn't know until recently, is by watching those annoying ads that come up through the videos. If you could do me a huge favour and watch the entire ad. They are really annoying, I know that, I hate them too. But if you just push that skip button, us content creators, we don't get paid for that ad. So the only way we get paid is if you actually watch those ads. It really helps us out, and it helps us to make this free content for you guys. Now while I'm setting up these two swags, I thought it'd be interesting to time how long it takes to set up each swag. So I've got a stopwatch on my watch here. Let's push start and go. And it is done. 4 minutes, 25 seconds. Whew, and I'm buggered already. I need a beer, I reckon. Time for the deluxe. Now it's a bit unfair. I've only set that swag up once, whereas I've set this one up hundreds of times, but we'll still compare the two anyway. All right, ready, set, go. Done. 4 minutes 40. So there's not much difference at all. As you've seen, I was able to fit a canvas floor inside that bag, and there was still plenty of room for more blankets. Now, a good trick with these bags, at night time when you're hopping in your swag, throw your shoes and stuff in here, do up the zip, it's nice and waterproof, and just lay it next to your swag here. That way when you sit in there, you got somewhere to sit and take off your shoes without your shoes never getting muddy or spreading mud and dirt or sand through your swag. I hope you're not claustrophobic. The Kwiky swag has no height at all, comes up to my knee, and that's the highest point. So you're going to feel very tight in there. If you are claustrophobic, maybe skip the single swag, whereas the double swag, you can easily sit up and get changed in these, whereas it'd be very hard to get changed in something like that. Let's run through ventilation and tie down straps on both swags, starting with the Kwiky. It's only got your one strap here, so it's pulling all the tension straight from the top here along here. They use a bit of trickery in their advertisements online. If you look at this product online, the sides are pulled out nice and tight, and it looks like it's much bigger than it really is. What they've done, they've attached extra ropes here to pull it at both sides, which pulls out those sides, which they don't include in the box. So that's a bit of false advertisement there, straight up. They give you this one rope here, which isn't very good for anything. It's supposed to just hold up this window here, but I don't understand why this rope here is thicker than your tie-down ropes. Your tie-down ropes are incredibly hard to use. The little buckle they have on here, it's really hard to move up and down, and the rope is just way too long. You have to have it so far back, whereas that's an easy trip hazard. You don't want to have it a metre back away from your your swag. So I'll be changing these very shortly. As far as the ventilation window goes, once you open the canvas flap, you have a little midgie-proof mesh here with a zip. Very small ventilation. It could have been a lot bigger. So once again, hope you're not claustrophobic. Down the other end, you have the same unnecessarily long cord. That's just way too long. That's as tight as it goes as well. You can't tie that anymore without putting a new knot in here. So I don't believe it needs to be that long, and there's no ventilation at your feet either. The Big Daddy Deluxe, the cord is much shorter, so you're less likely to trip over it. They have this huge shade area, which also helps put tension on the sides here. So you don't need that extra rope to pull the sides out as much. And it's got a huge ventilation window. Both sides, big windows, plenty of ventilation in this one here. I arrived to camp pretty late today, so running out of light really fast. I'm gonna get this campfire going now. Fireband season is finally over. So been looking forward to having another campfire. Oh, can't wait. Time to kick back, have a few beers. But tonight, I'm gonna sleep in that single swag. Now, I'm a big man, so if I can sleep in it, anyone can. So I'll let you know in the morning how comfortable it is, how I found it. I've slept in the other swag hundreds of times. So we'll run through in the morning, both swags, more of it. All right, see you then. Cheers. You may be wondering why I set the swags up here in the middle of nowhere, whereas it would have looked much nicer rolling them out over there by the campfire, under the trees, under the shade. Would have looked a much better Instagram post. But for safety reasons, never set up a swag underneath a gum tree. You never know when they're going to drop a branch, especially at night time, or if there's any wind at all, you might not wake up again. They drop huge branches, they'll just kill you instantly. So it's always safer, put them out in the open. It may not look as good, it's not a good Instagram post, but safety first. Morning, guys. How did I sleep last night? Well, it was probably about 10 o'clock at night before I finally got to bed. Tried to sleep in this one here. It's pretty cold, so I had 2 sleeping bags with me. I had 2 pillows, and I was cramped as, fully clothed as well. I could barely fit in there. I couldn't turn over at all. There was just too much bedding. If it was a warmer night and less bedding, that probably wouldn't have been so bad. And also having the pillows here with the tiny ventilation window meant my pillows were up higher than the ventilation window. So I felt like I couldn't breathe all night. So 1:30, I got up, transferred all my bedding from there into there. I just could not sleep at all. It was the worst night's sleep I've ever had. The difference in the canvas, 260 GSM ripstop canvas versus 400. Now, I've seasoned this. I haven't tested it, but I don't believe you'd get wet in this. They've been pretty good with the sides and the bottom here. That's all waterproof bottoms in both of these swags. So even if the ground is wet, no water gets inside. Some people have complained they have got water inside these swags here, but I haven't experienced that yet. I've had these for years now. I've been out in the rain and everything else, and I've never had any water come in them, so I can't complain about that. They've thought about the waterproofing a lot more on the Big Daddy Deluxe. It has 2 layers of canvas protecting the zips. So this top layer here, open that up. Then you've got another layer here, which opens up that way, and then you've got the zip. Let's have a look at the other swag. The Kwiky does have dual layer up the front here before you get to the zip. But for the rest of it, down the other end, you've only got 1 layer when you're straight into the zip. So more likely to get water in here, whereas the Big Daddy Deluxe, both sides, there's 2 layers. I can't say that Kwiky doesn't have adequate ventilation because this whole top layer of canvas does roll over and tuck up here, leaving your midgie mesh. But still, in winter time, this is no good. If you left this open during the night, you get dew all over your blankets, you end up wet in the morning. So in winter time, you really don't want to have this open. It's great in summer. You get a nice cool breeze coming through during the night, which is great with this one too. But yeah, in winter, we close this one down and leave the side windows open. Because you're still at the cover here, you don't get dew coming in inside. So in here in winter, I just couldn't take it last night. That one tiny little window there, I just couldn't do it. Here's another example on how much it sags without modifying the swag and add extra ropes, which pulls that and looks much better like that. Let it go and the sides just sag right in again. Same angle with the Big Daddy Deluxe. You can see the sides do sag a fair bit in this as well, but not as much as that. Same thing with this as well. If you did hook up extra ropes, it does pull out quite a bit. So that's a modification you just got to do to any of these sort of swags. I do like that they've added a little built-in mat to the Kwiky. That's one thing the Big Daddy Deluxe doesn't have. So somewhere to put your shoes. The Kwiky comes with a 50mm foam mattress with a protective cover that's removable, so it is washable. Runs the full length, and I actually found this quite comfortable. I can't complain about the mattress. I understand why they didn't go any thicker. They wanted to maintain the smallest amount of packed up size possible. So yeah, they wanted to be able to fold up as small as possible. The Big Daddy Deluxe comes with a 70mm mattress. Very comfortable with this one here. I could sleep on this one for a week straight. It is huge. You could easily fit 2 adults and a kid in here. I find this really good. Cover is removable as well and washable. So yeah, great mattress in this one. When it comes to the zips on the swags, I've never had an issue with the Big Daddy zips, and so far these zips have been great too. They both seem good quality. One area where I think they could improve this swag though, the Big Daddy Deluxe has a bar going across here with hooks that hold the canvas up. This one here purely relies on the tension of those 2 ropes to pull it tight and hold it up. The problem with that, when you're opening and closing the zips, it gets quite tight when you get to around here, especially with the canvas. It's really hard to shut because there's so much tension on that zip. So you gotta be careful with that. They could either put a crossbar there or put a second bar across the middle here, which would also fix that issue. This isn't Adventure King's only single swag. This is their smallest model they make, the Kwiky. They do make a normal size single swag, which is in the same sort of comparison to this one here, just a lot smaller. So yeah, I will be purchasing that in the future and doing a full review on that one as well. That way you can have all the information possible to be able to make your mind up on which swag you prefer. If you'd like to know more information on the Big Daddy Deluxe, I have done another video up in the corner there. That's Big Daddy Deluxe versus Big Daddy. So I run through all the specs and the features of these larger swags. I'm under no illusion that these are budget swags. They are starting range swags. You can get a lot better swags out in the market if you want to pay around $500. But for someone starting out on a smaller budget, $129 and $229 delivered to your house, it's half the price of those top quality swags. And rather than saving up that $500, you can just buy this cheaper one. It gets you out there. I've been using this for years now. It gets you by. At least till you can afford something better, there's nothing wrong with them. I know I've already covered packed up size. This one here is double the size of the Kwiky. But you also want to consider weight. If you put 3 or 4 swags in your car, that weight all adds up. You're looking at 16 kilos for the Big Daddy Deluxe and only 6 kilos for the Kwiky. So final thoughts on the Kwiky swag. Even though I will never sleep in this again, it is just way too small for me. I would see it applicable for families. There's no reason a small child couldn't sleep in this here, and you could easily fit 3 or 4 of these in your car. So great for families. I would also see it suitable for thrown on the back of a motorbike or in a boat. Now, if you've got any more questions about either of these swags, don't hesitate to leave a question in the comments. I'm always happy to answer. If you found this video helpful, leave a like. If you haven't already, consider subscribing. It really helps my channel out. But thanks for watching the video, guys, and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers!